Welcome to a guided meditation for dealing with toxic relationships on Declutter the Mind. Toxic relationships can leave us feeling drained, confused, and emotionally depleted. And so, whether it's a romantic partner, a family member, a friend, or colleague, these relationships often involve patterns of manipulation, criticism, or emotional harm that can impact our well being and self worth. And so, in today's practice, we'll attempt to help you develop the clarity and emotional resilience needed to navigate these challenging relationships. And so, let's start here by beginning to find a comfortable seat, resting our hands in our lap, allowing our body to settle into a comfortable seated position, but with our back upright. Starting here by taking in a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension you are holding in this moment. And then gently close your eyes here, bringing our attention to the body, noticing how you are sitting in this moment, feeling the points of contact between you and the surface beneath you, such as the chair or the floor. Then just taking a moment here to scan our attention through the body, starting from the top of the head down to the legs. And as you scan, just noticing any areas of tension, such as in the shoulders or the jaw or stomach, the places where we often hold stress. And if you notice any areas of tension, you don't need to change anything. We simply acknowledge what we are feeling with curiosity rather than judgment. This is your starting point today. And let's now bring to mind the toxic relationship that's been affecting you. We don't need to dive deep into specific incidents right now, just acknowledging that this relationship exists and has been challenging for you. Noticing what happens in your body as you think about this relationship. Maybe your breathing changes, or you feel tension in your chest or stomach. Maybe you notice your heart rate increasing. And these physical responses are completely normal. Your body is simply responding to a perceived threat, which is what toxic relationships often represent. And so the key here is to learn to observe these responses without being overwhelmed by them. And so let's place our hands on our belly here, And just watch the breath as it passes. You don't need to change or control the breath here. Just feeling the breath moving through your body, noticing the rise and fall in your belly. And then with each inhale, imagine you are breathing in calm and clarity. And then with each exhale that passes, imagine you are releasing some of the emotional charge around this relationship. Again, we're not trying to solve anything now. We're just creating space to observe and breathe. And if your mind wanders to thoughts or you get caught up in thinking or telling yourself a story about these thoughts, we simply bring our attention back to watching the breath. And now let's practice some self compassion here. Toxic relationships often leave us questioning our own worth and wondering if we're somehow to blame for the treatment we receive. And so, in this moment, I want you to speak to yourself in the way that you might speak to a good friend going through the same situation. And so, in your mind, silently repeat the following phrases to yourself: I deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. I am not responsible for another person's harmful behavior. I have the right to protect my emotional well being. And then just take a moment to really let these words settle. If you notice resistance or a voice in your head arguing against these statements, that's okay. That resistance might be coming from messages you've received in this toxic relationship. And so simply observe it without any judgment, without any frustration, and then return to these affirmations for the next few moments. And now, as we begin to end this practice, let's set an intention for how you want to engage with this toxic relationship going forward. And so, this might mean setting firmer boundaries, limiting contact, or seeking support from friends or a therapist, or simply committing to maintaining the mindful awareness that you've cultivated today. And so, your intention might be something like, I will pause and breathe before responding to this person. Or I will remember my worth when I feel criticized. Or I will seek support when I feel overwhelmed. And choose an intention that feels both meaningful and achievable for you. And here, just take a moment to visualize yourself living out this intention. See yourself handling future interactions with this person from this new place of awareness and self respect. Noticing how it feels in your body to imagine yourself responding differently. And remembering here that changing patterns in relationships takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself as you implement these changes. And some days will be easier than others, and that's completely normal. And just taking one more deep breath here. And then when you are ready, gently open your eyes. Thanks for sitting, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for taking the time to practice. If you've enjoyed this practice, please be sure to like and subscribe. You can also join and become a member and receive access to courses and more. Head on over to declutterthemind.com for more and download our free iOS and Android app.